their fair share.
Yes, wealthy should pay their fair share.
What is a fair share? What percentage?
So you're saying that you're saying that they're paying their fair share is what you're saying?
No, I'm asking what percentage is a fair share?
Their fair share, the same, if a third of my money is going to taxes, then I think a third of their money should be going to taxes. Well, it does.
I'm trying to understand because you realize the effective tax rate on the poor is less than it is on the rich, right?
Okay, so first of all, I'm not the poor. I'm very close to that line, but I'm not the poor.
Okay, so the effective tax rate on the middle class is less than it is on the rich, correct? What fair share would you like to change the tax rate to on the wealthiest, what percentage of Americans, so it's a fair share?
So let's say the wealthy 1% could pay, let's say if they paid, let's just give them 45%. Black people, the insurrection, racism.
We're going to defeat Donald Trump. We're going to work hard as soon as I win my re-election. And for those that know me, you know that as soon as I win my re-election, I go on to the next fight.
A few moments later.
Start with a race that's gained national attention. Congresswoman Cori Bush, a progressive member of the Squad, being challenged by St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell and former state lawmaker Maria Chappelle Nadal. And as you can see right now, Wesley Bell in front by 10% right now over the incumbent Cori Bush.
Here's to a Cori Bush defeat and a Donald Trump victory. Donald.
Boy, down goes Cori Bush, down goes Cori Bush, down goes Cori Bush. We got him, ladies and gentlemen. Another race hustling Democrat from the Squad goes down after getting destroyed in her primary re-election campaign. This is the second time it has happened this year. The first was Jamal Fire Alarm Bowman, who got obliterated in his primary, and now we have Cori Bush getting destroyed in her primary as Decision Desk has called the race. And they're saying that Wesley Bell, her opponent, is now projected to win. Now, I am hoping that this decision holds up, okay? This decision came down at 10:32 p.m. at night. Right now, it has Wesley Bell up 54.3 percentage points to Cori Bush's 42.4 percentage points. Now, this is the only outlet that I've seen that has called a race thus far. You have NBC News that still hasn't called a race, but it doesn't look like she's going to be able to recover here because in St. Louis County, where almost 50% of the votes are in, Bell is up 60%, and in St. Louis, where 55% of the vote is in, Bush is up with 49.7% of the vote, and Bell has 47.2%. So again, you talk about a razor-thin margin in the inner city of St. Louis, but in the suburbs, Bell is running away. So it looks like Cori Bush is not going to be able to catch up and that she is out, okay? She has lost. And it's funny because just yesterday, a story came out about Cori Bush, who, by the way, believes that she can cure cancer, okay? That story came out about Cori Bush, along with a bunch of other crazy stories about Cori Bush over the past year or so. But a new story came out, and she compared the DOJ investigation into her paying her now husband to be her security guard with campaign funds. She compared that to the FBI investigating Martin Luther King. Take a look.
There are people who are very, very angry with us. Powerful people who are angry with us because we said ceasefire.
Then she floated another theory contradicting that one. Maybe the whole investigation was just propped up to insulate President Biden from Republican critics.
This person who is a right-wing Trumper type deal, if this person asked the DOJ to open this investigation, and if the DOJ would have said no, then this person could have come back and said the DOJ didn't do this because she's a Democrat and the president is a Democrat and it's just a cover for Democrats.
Then she compared the government's investigation into her campaign spending to J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI's covert operations to spy on communists and discredit Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Just remember, think about how many folks was actually with Dr. King when Dr. King was doing all the things that he was doing. How many folks turned away from him when the FBI came at him? It's the same type of tactics. If we can throw mud on your name, if we can get you caught up in spending money, if we can get you in a place to where you tired and people don't trust you no more, and all of this, if I can ruin your credibility, then we can ruin you, and then you no longer will be in that seat, and we can put who we want there.
Those efforts to keep staff on board were ultimately unsuccessful. 3 more staffers left Bush's office in the last 6 weeks alone. She's now down to just 1 staffer on her legislative team, and her office is not actively hiring any replacements.
Yeah, so Cori Bush was undoubtedly the dumbest member of Congress, and this is why I am happy that she is being ousted, okay? Because as we all remember, Cori Bush, every time there was any conversation about legislation or anything, she would just boo-hoo, whine, and cry white supremacy.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Hurd. St. Louis and I are here today once again to focus on the real issues that affect our communities instead of partisan hit jobs. Let me start by saying that the potential mishandling of classified information is a serious issue, and I believe it was appropriate for the Attorney General to appoint both special counsels in the Biden and Trump cases. As my colleagues have pointed out, President Biden fully complied with the investigation conducted by Special Counsel Hurd, who did not find evidence sufficient to warrant criminal charges. Despite this outcome, Republicans have used the special counsel's report to further their long-standing efforts to re-elect the former white supremacist in chief, Donald Trump, who faces 40 criminal charges related to the mishandling of classified documents, including obstruction of justice.
You guys remember the time that Cori Bush accused fossil fuel CEOs of being white supremacists? Yeah, she did that in Congress.
Today, and the corporations they represent, St. Louis has 11 more 90-degree days per year than when I was born. Mr. Lawler, are the overwhelming majority of fossil fuel CEOs black or white?
No, I don't have the exact numbers, but I would assume they're white.
Yes. Ms. Watkins, is an oil refinery more likely to be situated in a black community or a white community?
I'm not sure how to answer that, honestly. We've got oil refineries along the U.S. Gulf Coast, and we're very proud to be community members there.
It's black. Yeah, it's black. For years, you all have continued to promote fossil fuels despite knowing that promoting them means promoting environmental racism and violence in black and brown communities. You all are still promoting and selling fossil fuels that are killing millions of people. This is a striking example of white supremacy. Your profit-driven choices threaten my life, the lives of my family, my neighbors, and our communities every single day. I sit before you as a black congresswoman with asthma, caused by fossil fuels and the tear gas you fund. I have a lot of questions, let me say.
Yeah, so, again, please forgive me, guys. I'm just playing Cori Bush's greatest hits here because this will be the last video I'll ever make about this woman. Thank God, okay? So, I just have to go through all the Looney Tunes stuff, okay? Again, this woman is a massive hypocrite. And this is why I think part of the reason why she lost. Again, she was pro-defunding the police while having her own security, okay? And when she was questioned about it, she basically said, well, you must want me dead if you don't think that I should better have security, while trying to promote policies that make it so other people are less safe, that they don't have police or people around them to protect them.
The thing, I won't let them get that off. You can't get that off. I'm going to make sure I have security because I know I have had attempts on my life and I have too much work to do. There are too many people that need help right now for me to allow that. So if I end up spending $200,000, if I spend $10 more on it, you know what? I get to be here to do the work. So suck it up, and defunding the police has to happen. We need to defund the police and put that money into social safety nets.
And then there's this, okay? This is where the real irony comes in regards to Cori Bush losing, is because, again, we all know that Cori Bush likes to boo-hoo, whine, and cry racism and bigotry when it comes to any topic of conversation, right? She cannot talk about anything without boo-hoo, whine, and cry, oh, it's racism, you're white supremacist, right? Her career ended when that card got flipped on her, okay? When the bigotry card, the anti-Semitism card got flipped on her, then that's when it was basically the beginning of the end for her. And the most hilarious part about all this is that because Cori Bush's brain is stuck on victimhood, she could not argue against the accusations of anti-Semitism on behalf of herself or the squad without pointing the finger at the other side and accusing them of racism for accusing her and the squad of being anti-Semitic. Again, this was like peak victimhood wars in Congress.
Of a lack of care and a lack of understanding and a lack of seeing the humanity of folks who look like Rashida Tlaib. It's outrageous that my colleagues are blatantly attempting to silence the only Palestinian American representative right here. It's outrageous, but it's not surprising. And let me tell you, it's not surprising because this place is where 1,700 members of Congress, this elected body, enslaved black people. It's not surprising because they thought it was right. It's not surprising because this is a place where members continue to claim that the insurrection on the Capitol just appeared to look like a normal tourist visit. It's not surprising because this is the place where our black and brown staff members repeatedly speak of experiencing racism and sexism, Islamophobia, get pushed off at elevators, xenophobia, and more right here in this workplace. This is the place, and let me say this, she mourns for the 1,400 Israelis.
Gentlelady's time has expired.
She mourns for the 10,000, and she will not stop. No more.
Time
No
has
more
expired.
ceasefire now, and she takes the death threats that you all said that they
The gentlelady is no longer recognized. The gentleman from Maryland.
The desire to save lives is greater.
Gentleman from Maryland is recognized.
That's what I said.
We'll reserve.
Yo, you can't make this up. You really can't, okay? So, just like Jamal Bowman, she spammed the victimhood card too much, okay? Eventually, it got played on her, and that was the end of her career because Mr. Wesley Bell here is pro-Israel. He was heavily funded by AIPAC, and this is why she got primaried, okay? Because of her opposition to the establishment and what their agenda is when it comes to supporting Israel no matter what, okay? And listen, here's the thing. You know, in my opinion, this is not something I'm celebrating in the sense that I'm celebrating a foreign country buying our elections. But at the same time, you can't get everything exactly how you want it in life. And sometimes you got to take the W's when you can get them, even if you're getting them in ways that you really don't like, okay? I really do not like AIPAC buying our elections, okay? But hey, I got to say, AIPAC did us a favor, okay? Because again, they got rid of two of the dumbest race hustlers in Congress. So hey, you know, it is what it is. But yes, that's essentially what happened to Cori Bush, okay? It was one of the most expensive primaries in history outside of the Jamal Bowman primary. And this dude is basically just like Cori Bush, except he's pro-Israel, right? That's the only difference. But, you know, Cori Bush, it's not like she was a very effective congresswoman. I mean, she was one of the most least effective congresswomen, just like the rest of the squad. She did absolutely nothing for her constituents. She was in Congress as strictly an agent of chaos, as an individual who should have never been elected to Congress in the first place, right? In fact, Cori Bush and Jamal Bowman being elected is an indictment on democracy, right? It really is, okay? It really shows you that there's some parts of the country that just cannot handle the responsibility of voting because they vote for idiots. Now, again, this next upcoming election, the national election, okay, that's also going to be a referendum on democracy as well, too, because if this country ends up electing Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, yeah, it's over, right? I mean, it really will be an indictment on democracy and how, it's just not working out here in America, right? Because people are stupid, okay? And people like Cori Bush being elected to Congress is proof and evidence that, yes, a lot of people that are voting are really dumb, okay? But hey, in this case, you know, they got rid of her. They elected a guy who's probably not as dumb as Cori Bush. But, again, you know, he's still a progressive. So I can't even say that this is an indictment against, you know, far-left progressivism because I believe this guy is basically the same as Cori Bush, except he's pro-Israel. Just like in Jamal Bowman's race, his opponent is basically a progressive as well too, except he's pro-Israel, right? So I mean, you're not going to get that much of a difference in regards to policy outside the fact that these guys will vote in line with pro-Israel interests. But again, they're still far left, so it is what it is. But at the same time, I can't say I'm not happy about another race hustler being ousted from Congress. She should have never been there in the first place. And I hope that this is just the beginning of the end of identity politics, at the very least racial identity politics, being such a prevalent factor in our modern day discourse, right? It looks like this national election is going to be a referendum on identity politics more so than anything. And I'm hoping that Jamal Bowman losing and Cori Bush losing is a sign that, hey, this type of stuff doesn't work anymore. Okay, you just can't boo-hoo, whine, and cry racism, talk about being a black man or a black woman, and think that you're going to continue to get elected to Congress while doing absolutely nothing for the people, which is exactly what Cori Bush was doing, right? She was doing nothing for the people, but she was just being an agent of chaos, just boo-hoo, whine, and cry every day, pretending to be a victim. So, hey, she can get in the unemployment line, okay, with Jamal Bowman, or who knows, maybe she can go get a job like a normal person, or go back to being a woke activist or a fake preacher or whatever she was doing. I'm not entirely sure exactly what she was doing before she got into Congress. All I know is that she didn't belong there in the first place. So, hey, I'm happy that she has been officially ousted. So, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
Introducing Gemini in Gmail, AI that thoughtfully summarizes conversations and helps craft professional responses so you can stay ahead of that never-ending inbox. Make emailing the easiest part of your day with Gemini for Google Workspace.
A few moments later.
You all was unlike anything St. Louis has ever seen. I don't think that anything, there is nothing that happens in my life that happens in vain. So this happened, it's because it was meant to happen. And let me say, it's because the work that I need to do. And let me say this. APAC, I'm coming to tear your kingdom down.
Angry
And
black
let me
woman.
put all of these corporations on notice. I'm coming after you too. But I'm not coming by myself. I'm coming with all the people that's in here that's doing the work.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, alright.
What you didn't want to do was allow me to get radicalized even more. Because this is the thing. I ain't scared. I don't fear you. I don't fear you. What my issue is my people not getting what they need. And at the end of the day, whether I'm Congresswoman or not, I'm still taking care of my people. And let me say this. Because your side was so weak, you had to spend $19 million.
Angry black woman, y'all. She lost her campaign this evening.
But look at this. When I unseated a 52-year family dynasty. Hold on. We did it with $2 million because we spoke about who we are, what we plan to do, and we came from a place of integrity and character. It only took $2 million.
That you gave back to the system.
But long deceit, this story cost a lot of money. It cost a lot of money to lie. And so, to the people of St. Louis, to the people of the 1st District, what did I say when the insurrectionists came? When the insurrectionists came, we banging to the end. And so this here was its own type of on the people, but that's okay, because at this time, I'm taking all y'all, whoever ready, we're about to be banging to the end.
Yeah, right. Them niggas ain't going nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Come that hood shit, y'all. Come that ghetto shit, y'all. I told you they getting tired of you niggas up there in Congress. Niggas getting above yourself. They taking your jobs. Taking them jobs back.
All right, so look. All right, so let me give y'all some encouragement.
See how easy it is to send somebody back home, y'all? When election time comes?
Every time I stand on the House floor or I speak in the committee hearing, you all
that
know
easy.
The first words that come out of my mouth.
We the people.
St. Louis
we vote
and I
the peoples
rise.
in, and we can vote them the fuck out.
So, I'm going to get to my speech.
Not how you would have done it. You bundle things right. That saves you up to 10%.
Men tell us when they use Just for Men to eliminate gray, there's a great before and after.
St. Louis and I rise to say thank you to all the people who showed up and who support me and support this incredible team and the vision that we have for our future, a future that works for all of us. And so let me say to my Arab and Palestinian, our Muslim community, I hope that the new member of Congress that will be taking over in January, you know, right before his trial starts.
She mad. Yeah, she ready to do some dirty tactics.
I'm sorry,
she don't
I'm sorry,
leave until January, y'all.
I'm sorry.
That's the shit they do, y'all.
Let me say this though, because I'm not here. We need to build the community back, because what just happened helped to rip the community apart. The thing is, I don't want to feed into that, because we have to be one St. Louis, because we have to grow. And so I just hope he actually takes the time to learn about our Palestinian and our Arab and our Muslim communities, that he actually speaks to you.
What about your own community?
And that he sees the beauty in what we have created, that transcends our ethnic backgrounds and our religions and the way that we have been able to do that. And so I just want to put that out there to him as some homework.
How long you been in Congress for?
This race, you all, was unlike anything St. Louis has ever seen. The flood of outside Republican money into this district, this Democratic district, was staggering. This was the second most expensive congressional race in our nation's history. $19 million and counting. And so that's how much they spent in this race. Mostly far-right funded super PACs against the interests of the people of St. Louis, the people of Missouri's first. They sought to divide us. But we've always been clear that St. Louis is a vibrant and a resilient community, one that refuses to be undermined, one that won't be taken for granted. And together we will continue to rise and stand up against the far-right Republican extremism. Oh, he don't know what he's about to have to deal with, but I hope you fight. And the thing is, you up after me, so your fight got to be bigger and better than mine. And it's okay. If you got that, I hope you got that. Because the people deserve that.
She mad.
Switch from a fighter.
Sent her ass on home.
We'll stand as a beacon of hope and light and human rights for all people. We'll keep doing that. I will keep doing that work. This team will keep doing that. We'll continue to fight for the rights of all people, no matter the race, the faith or the background, the ethnicity, the religion, the age, the occupation, the gender identity. We'll keep fighting for you. We will keep fighting. We will stand up for what is right, no matter the cost, which we just paid a cost, but actually is going to propel us forward.
Crumbs off the plate is over. Back to the ghetto for y'all.
We always fight for our unhoused communities, our elders, our children, our families, our veterans, our
Yeah, right.
We will keep supporting.
I ain't even putting nothing together for reparations.
A free Palestine.
Free Palestine. What about your peoples?
A free Congo. A free Sudan. And keep opposing genocide and human rights abuses worldwide. We will always stand up for the safety, for the dignity, for the self-determination of all people.
Yeah, right.
From
You don't even fight for your own
to
people.
Palestine and Israel, to Bosnia, to India, and everywhere else. We will always keep it real, and we will always keep the truth. I'm going to continue to act with the dedication that you all have seen over the years. I will continue to work to bridge divides and address your concerns and build a stronger, more unified community. So St. Louis has been the joy of my life, and I'm not done yet.
And 2-9.
It's just that now I'm about to be outside.
Closer into forward of purpose. That means it's going to be a hit and run.
And so, let me lastly say
95 north on the other side of the state now.
You all have been what has undergirded me and what has strengthened me. And I want to say this to all the little kids that have come up to me over the last week. The little black girls that see themselves in me.
They in the area of Cori on 95. Looks like a white man
that see something in me. Let me say this to you. We did not fail. You did not fail. You keep rising. You keep going after what God has given you to go after. You fighting. You hold fast to who you are and what you believe. Because this is only the beginning. And so to all of my youth watching, to all of this team.
Confirm the address. Say your EMS, then disconnected.
It's over. Yeah, drop some tears. Yeah, drop them. Back to the ghetto for you.
Again, this is only the beginning. And so I just want to give some thank yous. I want to thank my family. Of course, you all know the GOAT, my dad. my mom and my children who are up here, my kids, two of them. Two of the children are up here, the other two aren't here, and the grandbaby. To my sister who's up here, and my friends. People thought she was me. To my nieces and nephew, and to my whole family, to my friends, and to the absolute love of my life, the one who holds me up so dearly, my sugar. Without all of you, I couldn't do this, and I wouldn't have been able to do this. And to Team Cori, the official and the campaign. Y'all the best to ever have done it. Y'all the best. Y'all the best. And to a lot of our partners, some of our partners, to all of our partners, but just to name a few, because we'll be here all night. Justice Democrats, Action St. Louis,
Dixiecrats,
Working Families Party, Protect Our Power, Sunrise Movement, the Congressional Progressive Caucus PAC, Jews for Cori, Jewish Voice for Peace Action, If Not Now Movement, Progressive Jews of St. Louis, Black Voters Matter.
Yeah, right.
And to our unions, SEIU, Missouri Healthcare, CWA, Unite
No 40
Here,
niggas in the mule,
NNU,
no reparations,
AFGE,
no freeing of our
CBTU,
political prisoners,
Lou and Jay,
no pardoning of
Missouri
our
State Council of Firefighters,
freedom
thank you
fighters,
all so much, and so many
full
more.
of shit.
To our clergy, our faith leaders, all of our unions, our elected leaders, our small business owners, our Muslim community, small business owners came out kicking hard. Thank you all
Y'all
so
notice
much.
she gave a pile of props to everybody up but her own race. I mean, she gave props to her family, but I mean, her race.
And so,
Propping everybody else up.
just thank all of you. Thank
That's
you
what
for
these
believing in me.
niggas
Thank you
do,
for
man.
trusting
That's why
in
they
me.
losing
And
their
again, this
goddamn
is only the
seats, man.
beginning. And I want, while
You're
we're
right,
all
it's
still
just
here,
the
we're
beginning.
about to go.
A lot of more niggas gonna lose them seats.
This weekend, we recognize the 10th anniversary of the killing of Michael Brown. And so, I want everyone under the sound of my voice and those watching on television to show up, to support. Go look for the information on social media. Show up to these events. Show up for Mike Brown. Show up for Leslie McSpadden and the family. Show up. Show up.
On the 23 available?
Yes.
And even if you sold out
741 East 5th Street, 401 East 5th.
if you want to represent it, we have to come together. And so I am asking you all that because they want to represent all the people of this district, I am asking that they do right by Mike Brown's family. And so I'm going to stop there, but St. Louis, your congresswoman loves you so much that I put myself on the line for you. Have a good night.
Rewards assemble. Get epic gaming perks.
A few moments later.
St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell is addressing supporters right now.
Like so many other campaigns, making my case, making my arguments, fighting back the attack ads. And let me tell you, negative stuff on social media, it does not faze me. It doesn't bother me. Let me tell y'all something. I grew up the youngest of 4 boys. So there is nothing that you can say on social media that I haven't already heard. So my brother Vince is here. He's the oldest. And so, I mean, you talk about being called everything but a child of God. And then my friends, Ken, Clay, Floyd, I'm used to getting talked about on a regular. That's what we do. And I actually happen to believe, though, that, you know, running a positive message is the right thing to do. I believe that words matter, and for those who know me, running a campaign on the issues is what I do, it's what we do. But this race got nasty. And so, I'll be honest, I was still good, but there were a couple times that, you know, it started getting to me a little bit. Hold up. That receipts commercial, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to prosecute this dude with something, because that was pretty good. I gotta give it to him. So in your mind, you can't help the thoughts that come in your mind. So you start thinking about, man, maybe I should respond negatively. And hold on, I'm telling a story. Let me get there. But you know, and so yeah, the thoughts came to mind.
And you're hearing a live look from Wesley Bell's campaign winning against incumbent Congresswoman Cori Bush.